Hi everyone, welcome to Simply Amazing Life. I am Kaushiki and today I'm sharing my baking tips and tricks part 2. So my tip number 1 is one of the most problematic thing that almost everyone has faced once in a while baking a cake. Now this is when your cake turns brown from the top and it's still uncooked from inside. So when you do a toothpick test, you insert the toothpick and the toothpick does not come out clean. You see a lot of wet batter on the toothpick. Let me know if that has happened with you. Do leave me a comment about this. And also, if you try this hack, then do leave me a comment that it has worked for you or not if you are still facing that problem, because this hack I have used it for several cakes and for so many years. It is a foolproof. So I have a cake tin here. Okay, just imagine there is a cake inside and it has browned from the top and it's still uncooked. Okay, so what I do is I take a piece of aluminium foil and I cover the top of the cake, right, making sure no steam is going to come out of the cake. Okay, just nice and snugged. Make sure you're wearing mittens in the hand. The cake tin is really hot, all right? You have taken it out of the oven. It has been in the oven for more than 15-20 minutes. You do not want to touch the cake tin at all. You have to be mindful of that. Now the cake tin is covered from the top. There is nowhere the air can go inside. Now I want you to put the cake tin carefully, gently inside the oven, and if you were baking at say 180 degrees C, I want you to reduce the temperature by 10 degrees C and bake this oven at say 170 degrees C for 10 minutes. Okay. Now again after 10 minutes, you take the foil, then you insert the toothpick, check if whether or not it is coming out clean. If it is not coming out clean, again I want you to cover it and put it again for 10 minutes at same 170 degrees C. And I think with the 20 minutes extra or max up to 30 minutes extra time that you give to the cake at a lower temperature, the cake will bake properly. The top will not be burnt at all. Also, the most important thing is the moisture of the cake does not evaporate, which is very, very important. With this, I come to my next point, that can be achieved only if you do not over mix the batter. This is my next tip. Do not over mix the batter. At least once you have added the flour in the batter, because the flour that we are using here is a all-purpose flour or a pastry flour or a cake flour. These flours are really high on gluten and we do not want gluten formation in the cake. We do not want that. This will dry the cake and we do not want to do. Next tip is always sift your dry ingredient, especially baking soda, cocoa powder and baking powder. These three things is a thumb rule that you need to sift, okay, because you do not want that bitter baking soda lump coming in your mouth. This will not melt in the cake even after baking it for 30-40 minutes. The lump stays just like this, and when it goes into somebody's mouth, it leaves a very bitter taste, and it is not something that you would want anybody who is enjoying that moist cake that you have made after hours of labor. Yeah. So just take a sieve, sift all the dry ingredients, flour, baking soda, cocoa powder, right? This will prevent you from that bitterness or the clumpiness of cocoa powder or baking soda or baking powder. Next tip is that we need to do a toothpick test for the cake. Now by toothpick test, I mean to say that if a recipe says, I know I am saying these things, if a recipe says that bake your cake at 180 degrees C for 30 minutes, you will not bake the cake for 30 minutes. I want you to bake the cake for just 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you come back, poke the cake with a toothpick and check it whether or not it has baked from the center or not. If the toothpick still have some crumbs on it, do this technique, cover the cake and then go on baking. I repeat, cover the cake and go on baking, right? This will leave the cake moist. This will prevent you from burning the cake. Also, reduce the temperature after 20 minutes time. Okay. Now, this is a tip that I want to highlight specially, that uh, never ever ever store your cake in the fridge directly. By directly, I mean that I have taken the cake out of the tin, okay, and it is back on the plate, and there are some leftover cake pieces. I do not cover the cake plate and push the cake plate directly inside the fridge. And next day when I come back to have the cake, I get a dry cake. Now, this is something I really do not want you guys to do. Be it a icing cake, be it a tea cake, I want you to store the cake proper slices in a airtight box. Kindly note my point. This will save your cake from drying out. Now, my next tip is for the tea cakes which have been stored in the fridge without covering or stored under the fan without covering. They dry out, okay? They dry out. Now, what do I do to bring the moisture back in the cake? I want you to take a simple syrup, that is equal part of sugar and equal part of water, or a fruit syrup. So just in case you have used any kind of fruit in the cake, or like you have made an orange cake, or you have made a blueberry cake or pineapple cake or a Christmas cake, you know, so you can use any kind of a fruit syrup or a fruit juice, and I want you to brush the cake lightly from all the sides. So I'll just show you. So suppose this is the cake, all right? This is the, just imagine for the time being, this is the cake, and this cake has dried out from all the sides. It's dry. It is not moist at all. So what I want you to do is take a brush, use a pastry brush or a silicone brush, and brush all the sides of the cake, top of the cake. Do not make it soggy, just brush it, lightly brush it. You have brushed the cake lightly with the syrup. I want you to put this cake on top of a microwave safe plate. Cover the plate with either foil paper or a microwave safe cover, anything. I just want you to cover the cake completely and push this in the microwave for 30 seconds to 1 minute till the cake feels warm to touch. Okay. This will make the cake absolutely moist, warm, and fresh like oven. All right. Take this tip of mine. I have used this tip for several cakes. It always works. And all those leftover cakes from the fridge which look so hard, do not, I have seen people doing putting that cake directly in the microwave. Do not do that. Cover the cake and then microwave it. If possible, brush the cake with a little bit of simple syrup or a fruit juice, and just blast it in 30 seconds to 1 minute in the microwave. Your cake will become oven fresh moist. All right. If you guys are liking this video, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Share it with any of your baker friend if you have. It might be very helpful for them. Also, do leave me a comment if you still have any queries or if any point that you have not understood. And one more thing, that I'll be explaining few of the points from my part 1 series at the end of the video for all those who have not been able to understand few of the points. You guys have messaged me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram, and I'll be answering all those queries. So stick around till the end. I'll be taking care of all your queries. I haven't forgotten about you. And with this, it reminds me that my Instagram handle is Simply Amazing Life by Kaushiki. Do follow me there. I share a lot of information on my Instagram, which I'm not able to do it on YouTube. All right. So my next tip is I have baked the cake. Okay. This is the top of the cake. This is the bottom of the cake. But when I'm icing the cake, the thing becomes just reverse. So the bottom of the cake becomes the top of the cake. Now, two reasons. One, it is the flattest portion of the cake. One. Number two, there is very little crumbs exposed. You will say it's all the same. No, it is not the same. When we are slicing the cake in half to put the icing in between the cake, this portion has lots of crumb. Top portion, howsoever flat that is, it will still not be as smooth as the bottom portion of the cake. So I want you always make sure that the bottom of your iced cake is the top of the cake, right? It should be just reversed. All right. If you want more clarification, leave me a comment. I'll make a separate video entirely on icing of the cake. I have already made few videos on icing of the cake, and I'll link those videos as well in the description box for you. Do check it out. All right. Now this brings me to the next topic, which is making tier cakes. So you're making a 2-tier cake, 3-tier cake. Now that's absolutely a different technique, but I'll tell you few basics. I want you to use dowels in as if you are creating a table. Okay, so I'm inserting 4 dowels like a square. All right, so one here, one here, one here, one here, and one in the center. Now I have created the legs for the cake to sit right on top of this cake. So all the weight of the top cake will fall on these dowels and not on this cake. Also, the cake on the top of this cake needs to have a cake board inside, which is exactly of the same size of the cake on top, or a half an inch less than the sides. Okay. Now this is my last tip, and again this is again about the stacking of cakes. So and if you're making 2-tier cake, yes, of course you have to insert the dowels, all understood, great. But if the cake is a 3-tier cake or a 4-tier cake, or just in case you are doing a sculpted cake, you are doing a gravity defying cake, I want you to use a very sturdy central dowel running throughout your cake. What I mean by that is, so if you have 3 layers of cake, right, 1, 2, 3, a dowel will run slide absolutely from top to bottom. There will be one central dowel that runs throughout the cake. Now this will support the cake. How many dowels you need to add in what size of cake, that's absolutely a different topic, and it will take me an entire video. But for now, I want you to understand a 3-tier cake needs to have a central dowel in between. Each tier cake needs to have at least 4 dowels in between. The cake boards has to be there for every single tier. All right. I hope all these tips will help you to make wonderful cakes, beautiful cakes. Tag me on Instagram at Simply Amazing Life by Kaushiki if you have used any of the tips. I'll be so happy. And also, if you have any more queries or you want me to do a specific video on cakes or icing of cakes or any recipe that you want me to do leave me a comment. And thank you so much for watching this video. Now I would want you to stop by for 5 more minutes, because I want you to explain few of the things that we did in part 1 series. There were a couple of you who left me in the DMs, and I'm trying to explain it here. All right. The first query that I got, the maximum number of query that I got, was for the cake bands. So this is the foil paper. I'll just demonstrate you. This is a little crumbled. Do not, I don't know, you can use it, but just for the demonstration purposes. Now the side, I'm sorry, the shiny side, I want you to face outside, all right? It is facing outside. Now keep folding, right? Now can you see this? This looks like a band for you, correct? Now I want you to take the cake tin and wrap this around. Now this should cover completely, all right? It should cover completely. And how do you want to latch this? I'll just show you. Now can you see this? There is a pocket. Just a second. This is crumpled totally, but there is a pocket like this, okay? So this will go inside here. Let me show you from this side. This will go from here. This latch is open. You put this here and then you seal this. Then you seal this and make a crown, right? And this covers your cake, sides of the cake tin, absolutely like this, absolutely snug tight. Put this in the oven. You will definitely get a flat cake. Now the next question was, if I get the flat cake, will my cake be non-spongy? No, it won't. It will stay as spongy as it could be. This will just make sure that you do not have a dome shape that often happens, because either sometimes it is because of the over mixing or uneven temperature in the oven. So there can be multiple reasons for forming a dome on the cake tin, cake top. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Simply Amazing Life by Kaushiki. And thank you so much for watching my channel. If you still have a lot of queries, do leave me a comment, leave me a DM. I love answering to all your comments. I love reading them. They make my day so beautiful. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye-bye.